Well, good morning. It's time to make the video that I've been promising about furnishing my New York apartment. This is gonna be informational video about what to buy, where to buy, and how to buy. And this will also serve the documentation purpose because I spent a lot of time and effort furnishing this apartment, and this is gonna be part of my memory. So let's get started. I'm gonna start from the living room and then move towards the bedroom from left to right. Okay. I'm going to start with this wingback armchair because it was the anchor piece that I started out with. The architecture of this outdated pre-war building dictated that the style should be formal. And this piece, when I came across on Wayfair website, gave me the idea to go with the traditional English look. I bought two of these, thinking that I will put them side by side for the effect. Having two large black chairs, however, turned out to be too heavy for the room. So I placed just one in the living room and moved the other to the bedroom. Then I had to look for a sofa that goes with the chair. I wanted rows of tables and cabinets for the elegant traditional look. Then I would accent it with the black and white and red. Black and white is classic that never goes out of style, and red always goes well with the black. So I searched for a light brown sofa in English style to match the color scheme. This was the only one in the entire internet universe that fit the bill. I had it shipped from Chicago. They had it on Thanksgiving sale for $3,400. I asked them for their best price and they were taken aback that I even asked. They say it was already on sale and then offered me $3,100. Everything is negotiable, believe it or not, and you should always ask. It won't cost you any. Furniture in particular has a typical gross margin of over 50%, they say. There's an ample room for negotiation. The sofa is made of vintage top grain leather all the way around, including the bottom and the back. It was the most expensive piece in the entire collection. Continuing onto the coffee and the side tables. So, going with the formal look, I wanted tables made of rosewood, or something that looked like that. I found this one at Wayfair for $350. It had an elegant looking inlay and the rosewood look on their website, but it turned out to be more chestnut in person. Still worked out okay with my color scheme, so I kept it. You can't imagine till cows come home, but you don't really know for sure till you actually see it in person. So it's best to visit the store and look in person before buying. The next best thing would be swatch samples or color IQ photos. Reputable stores will supply you with either. The matching end tables went for $250 at Wayfair, but I found them at a store in New Jersey for $190. Different retailers sell the same pieces with different names, so if you Google for the name, you're not gonna find it. You should instead image search. Then Google will spit out the same or similar looking items. That's how I found the several pieces like this at different stores with different names. Google image search is your best friend when shopping for furniture. The funny thing was, all four pieces were shipped from the same warehouse in Southern California at the same time via same carrier. They were manufactured and warehoused by the same company, presumably based in China. The retailers simply list them on their website and have them shipped from the manufacturer's warehouse. Then I looked for a floor lamp made of copper or brass to match the formal look. I searched Amazon and Wayfair, but they all look rather cheap and plasticky. The ones with the right look and material were rather expensive. Then I found this one on sale by Bed Bath & Beyond for the price of $60. It appears to be made of brass with some surface patina. I think it goes quite well with the chair and the table. Now only if I can find matching table lamps. Let me move on to the TV stand. I originally wanted to go with the reddish brown TV stand from the same store that I bought the sofa from. It would fit overall decor, but it was a little too tall for a large TV. Turned out it was dark brown in reality. They also sent me a real picture and the color was different from the picture on their website. It was also not wide enough for 85-inch TV, so that was out. Now, if I have to go with the shorter and wider cabinet, I wanted something simpler. You can't find a traditional TV in that such size anyway, since there was no TV back when the traditional was contemporary. A minimalist mid-century modern piece could also add an interest in otherwise a traditional room. So I looked for a minimalist piece. Most of them were made of fiberboard and went for more than 1,000. I wasn't gonna pay that kind of money for fiberboard furniture. Then I found this 16-inch wide cabinet made of resin pine on Wayfair for $350. I figured I could put two side by side and turn it into 120 inches. But Wayfair was out of stock. So again turned to image search and found the same piece at Amazon for $250. I bought two of them and it turned out real well, I think. If you need a stand for a larger TV, buying two and putting them side by side is a possibility that you might want to consider. Now, I already told you that I was gonna put another black wingback chair in this room. They made the room too heavy, so I moved one to the bedroom. In its place, I put this black and white fabric chair on the opposite side. It worked out well, I think. Instead of monotonous leather and color, this fabric black and white chair added variation. One thing I don't like about it, however, is the scale. It's a little too small compared to the chair or the sofa. I'll have to look for a larger piece to replace it eventually. An antique Chinese armchair in white color might work. I'll have to scale the Chinatown for it in the spring. Okay, let's move on to the wall. I want to complement the classic English look with the Eastern decor. One way to do that is with the pictures and plants. So I looked for something like a spring festival by the river. I have one in my California home and wanted something similar. Well, I couldn't find the one with the right size and the price. The one I have in California is a large 4-panel screen that I bought from Wayfair. It's no longer available. I searched for quite a while for an alternative, and then I finally found this one on Amazon for $180. Yeah, right, Amazon again, I know. The color worked perfectly with the couch and the rest of the room, I'm happy to report. The only thing was that it was a little too small at 30 by 60 inches. I need something like a 40 by 80, but it will have to do for now. I might swap it with the one I have in California next time I drive across the country. Next, I wanted an expressionist paint on this wall. I was thinking something like a Mont Saint-Michel by Cézanne. But then I need something red to complement the black of the chair. I again found this one at Amazon. It's a red room by Matisse. It cost me $80. The last but not the least for this room is the TV. It's 85UX, an 85-inch mini LED TV by Hisense. It was supposed to be an experimental TV with all the latest technologies when it was launched in 2023 with MSRP of $4,000. The street price today is $2,500, but Walmart was selling it for $1,500 all of a sudden. I grabbed it, and they were gone within a few hours. It was a steal at that price. If you can find the one at $2,000 or less, I highly recommend it. It's color accurate, and IMAX contents on it looks out of this world. You won't need a soundbar either. It has some speakers, including a woofer. It's actually better than U9N, the latest from Hisense. Let me talk about this dry wet bag before we leave this room, because it's such a time saver. This apartment is all hardwood and tile floor, which means it needs to be mopped regularly. Try doing that with the regular mop in a 1,000 square feet apartment. It will take you a couple of hours and break your back. But this self-propelled wet bag will do it in less than 15 minutes. You empty the dirty wet tank and it will self-clean too. It's well worth $200 I paid for. Here's another look of the living room before we move on. Oh hey, this is my 7.6 Christmas tree that I purchased from, where else? Amazon. For 70 bucks, it came with all the bells and whistles. It's a very good tree that will last you a lifetime. I went to Bryant Park thinking that I would buy a few more ornaments for it. A hand-painted ball was 40 bucks. So I gave up on that idea and decided to live with the minimalist tree. Well, at least it's not Charlie Brown Christmas tree, right? Okay, here's the kitchen. I'll start with this garbage can. This building has roaches and we had to have the unit sprayed when we moved in. And we have to keep the place clean to prevent the bugs from coming back. So I need something small that I can empty every day. And something that closes tight to prevent the bugs from getting into it. This one from Amazon was perfect for the job. It hangs off the drawer, so I don't need to bend over to make use of it either. Okay, now let me turn to the dining table. You have to excuse the mess. I'm using it as my desk while I'm here. I want to keep the kitchen modern and airy, different from the living room. So I bought this modern dining set. I first found it on Amazon, but the image search found it at AliExpress for $250, which I thought was a steal. I placed the order, but the seller never shipped it. It was a scam. After wasting 2 weeks, I placed the order with Amazon. It arrived promptly, unlike AliExpress. This is one reason why I like Amazon. They are reliable, have exceptional return policy, and second to none customer service. And I'm not shilling for them just because I own their stocks. This is a cute set, but the problem is that the backrest is too low. You can't really rest your upper back, which means it puts a stress on your neck. I kinda knew that before I bought it, but I went for the look rather than the function anyway, and I paid a price. To remedy the problem, I'm using the other fabric chair with the high back when I'm using the table as my desk. The lesson here was that the function is the king. If it isn't comfortable, then the look doesn't matter much. Anyway, this is a great space to be in the winter. With the sunlight pouring in all day long, it's a really cozy and heavenly place. And here's the coffee station. If you're a coffee drinker, a coffee grinder is a must. I first bought private grind control that costs over $300. It came broken, so I returned it and bought this cheap board grinder instead. All I needed was a grinder really. I didn't need a fancy machine with a timer that's prone to break. The grinder and the coffee maker together cost me less than $40. Moving on to the bedroom. You will have to excuse the mess one more time. This one's by my ex. She's a hoarder, and this is just the tip of the iceberg. Anyway, there's the other wingback chair that I moved from the living room. It goes rather well with the large black table, I have to say, making it look like a formal desk. I originally bought the table to put in the hallway, but the hallway is a little too small to be used as dining room. So I gave up on that idea and decided to use the table as a desk. It's made of a cinder stone that supposedly can withstand torch flame, but I bought it for the look of it, not the fire resistant property. Okay, let's move on to the bed. This room is 15 by 25, it's a huge room. So I decided to go with the king size to match the scale of the room. Most of New York City apartments are smaller, so if we ever move, chances are we'll end up with a smaller room. But hey, you can't always future-proof. Future-proofing rarely works anyway, so you might as well focus on the present. I looked high and low for a storage bed that could store all the garbage that my ex is expected to bring. I couldn't find any. The drawers were small and they took up a lot of space themselves. I found decided that a bed frame with a storage bed will provide the most amount of space. So I bought this frame with the 14 inches of clearance between the floor and the mattress. You can actually fit 8 larger suitcases under this bed. If you go with the 16 inches of clearance, you can fit 12 to 16. If you need a lot of storage space, bed frame, not a storage bed, is the way to go. On top, I placed the 15-inch foam mattress from Costco, highly rated by Waikato. I even got Costco membership just for that. It's a little on the firm side, but comfortable enough. I was going to add a mattress topper to soften it, but I haven't found the one that works. The mattress topper, in my experience, rarely improves the bed unless your bed is too firm to begin with. So I wouldn't buy a mattress assuming that you can improve it with a topper. Just buy the one that is most comfortable for you and be done with it. Good toppers usually cost hundreds of dollars also, so you're not gonna save money by buying mattress and the topper separately. The comfort on the top is by Eddie Bauer, and I bought it from Bed Bath & Beyond. I have the same one in California home, and it's been working great, especially when paired with a cheap microfiber cover from Amazon. Why fix it if it ain't broken, right? So I went out and bought the same one, in king size this time. This 600 feet power goose down only cost $180, which I thought was a steal. It's the only one with the bathbox design in its price range. Bathbox is supposed to be superior to sawn-through design because it's less likely to create cold spots. I highly recommend this down comforter by Eddie Bauer. It's not only warm and comfortable, it hasn't leaked any feather for years. I'm not too keen on using animal products like goose down or leather. The problem is that the alternatives are not usually as good, yet they are often as expensive and don't last as long. So I'm kind of forced to use the real ones. But I'm planning to ameliorate the impact by keeping them for a long time. Maybe 10 years or more for the goose down, and the rest of my life for the leather products. Finally, the nightstand. The height of the bed ended up a little tall at 30 inches. It's actually a very comfortable height, but most of the nightstands are not that tall. I also wanted something with the long legs to match the desk and keep the room airy. This one from Amazon worked nicely, and the slender lamp on top of it also worked perfectly in shape and color, all for the price of $130 for 2 sets of nightstands and the lamps. So most of the stuff in the bedroom ended up being black and white. They made the room airy, bright and classy. Oh, I forgot about the AC. I already told you in previous video that the AC was the first thing I bought for this apartment. It was still too warm back in October and I couldn't do anything in here without the AC. There wasn't all AC in the window, but it was gone when I moved in. The cleaning crew apparently took it for themselves. If you leave anything behind when you move out in New York City, chances are that the cleaning people will take it for themselves. I plan to take the window blinds with me when I move out for that reason, even though I already leave it behind. It doesn't cost much and it's a pain in the ass to install them, so it wouldn't make sense to leave them behind for the next tenant. But hey, you can't win everything in life, I guess. Anyway, I bought this AC also from Amazon. I knew I wanted my idea since it was the quietest window AC. Amazon had 8,000 BTU unit on sale for $300. After I bought it, they put the 10,000 BTU unit on sale. So I wanted to return it and buy the big one. This room is about 350 square feet and it faces the south. So I was afraid 8,000 BTU may not be enough. But Amazon took me out of it by giving me $80 back. So the net price for this AC became $220. It turned out this AC was more than enough for the room. It cools the room incredibly quickly and keeps it cool all day long. It is supposed to be whisper quiet also, but mine vibrates at times when the compressor kicks in. I still figured out exactly when and how, but I was able to mitigate the noise by inserting the foam blocks in certain places. I think the U shape of this AC makes it less rigid than the traditional box shape. So there was the tour of my apartment and how I furnished it. I hope it was fun for you. I should enjoy the process of buying and decorating the place. I think that's true for most people. Everybody enjoys furnishing and decorating their new places. So there's probably nothing new. I don't know how long I'll be here. Maybe I'll get tired of New York City and move back to California for good. Or maybe I'll buy a permanent place if the prices go down. For now, I'm pretending I'll be here for a long time and planned accordingly. That's something I learned in my 20s when I bought my first house. I thought I was going to be there only for a few years before moving. I ended up staying there for 15 years. All the while, I lived a temporary life year after year. I swore that I'll never make that mistake again. So now, I assume I'll be there for a long time whenever I move. Anyway, thanks for watching and see you next time.